Well, good morning. I want to welcome you to Colorlab Cosmetics Fall 2019 Makeup Trends. My name is Nancy Ogden West. I'm the Director of Business Development and Education for the company. So, when we have a new season, there's all kinds of changes that go on during that season time. So we always like to introduce to you what are the trends that you're seeing for this season and what are the key points that we are pulling out from those things. So looking at what we're seeing for this season, you can see it starts right off on the front of our newsletter with drama eyes. Everything went from the very most natural makeup to almost ghoulish makeup. I think at this point, they're really into the artistic flair. So many things that we see in the magazines is not for streetwear, but it is something that is creating a statement to go along with the designer's vision for what their collection is for that season. So what are we seeing? Well, we're seeing things that are very diversified, and we're seeing things that are very memorable at the same time. When we look at the skin, we still have that beautiful dewy finish on the skin. And, it's something we've seen around for a while. And when you are working with that more mature client or that client who has dry skin, that dewy look on their skin is so refreshing, and it softens the texture and it makes the skin look more youthful. Of course, going into fall, it takes some people a little time to get away from that darker coloration, from using their bronzer. So you still always see a touch of bronzer being used in the beginning of the season. But if you think about bronzer, and we can use it a lot for shading, we're not doing a lot of shading work on the face right now. Most of the work that we're doing has to do with the highlighting effect, the dewy effect, and lightening and bringing the face out a little bit more. Eyeliner, of course, is as strong as ever, okay? And you saw numerous different techniques, I can spit that out there, techniques with eyeliner. Not only the cat eye, but just so many more different techniques. And also, maybe they're going in with color because you're seeing a lot of color liner that is just standing by itself. And the wing liner still as popular as ever, but not the only direction to go. You'll also see where maybe they're going to go in and just put a little bit of color for a liner at the very outside corner underneath the eye. Maybe they're just lining across the top of the eye. Or maybe they're doing a little bit on the top and a little bit on the bottom, but two different colors with it. So a lot of eyeliner this season, as we have been seeing for a while. Also, we have a lot of really feminine colors out there with our eyeshadows. Normally when we move into fall, we really go a lot darker and we don't show as much color. But that is not true right now. We're seeing the pinks are still very strong. Purples have made a big headway into color this season, and your terracottas are still around at the same time. Now, when you think about the smoked eye is going to be done in different types of colors. It's not going to be done just in your grays and your black tones, and I'm going to talk about that more in just a minute. Gloss, also a very important add-on this season. You can see a very gloss lip, you can see a matte lip. Remember, we're at a stage in makeup, and I think just like clothing at the same time, you have a lot of choices out there, so you can always find something that's going to work for your client. As far as lip colors go, you're going to see a lot of reds, you're going to see berries, peaches that are a little bit softer, soft beiges at the same time. And when you think about going out at night, you want to think about your golds and glitter. Glitter is as popular as ever. So new and different ways to use it, but we are going to see a lot of glitter, and you're definitely going to see a lot of glitter come in during the holiday season. Now, what are our trends that we're seeing? First of all, we're calling one romantic rose, and that was the last picture that you just saw with a lot of colors to it. Another one is called sugar plum, and that is bringing your lilacs and your purple shades into play with it. Drama eyes, and as I talked about with the drama eyes, we're doing them a little bit different than we were doing before. Earthware is all about those terracotta colors, those warm tones. But the biggest thing we're seeing when it comes to eyeshadows this season is we're seeing a lot of life into the color. It's just not all muted color. And then, of course, high beam luminizers, again, as popular as ever right now. So let's start and take a look at our first look of the season, and that's going to be your drama eyes. This is your classic beauty look, and this is what the new smoked eye looks like. You can see that, first of all, it's bringing color up just a little higher, up onto the frontal bone area of the eye, but leaving a nice highlight right below the brow area. Also, we're using some different colors. We're using some shimmering browns and some shimmering mauves together. So what it does, it's a softer approach to creating this smoky eye for the season. Liner being smudged in a little bit right there on the outer part of the eye. And you can see in this look, there is a liner put in the inner moist membrane of the eye. But again, you need to talk to a client about that. People who wear contacts, and some people just don't want a liner in their eye. So don't do that without actually talking to them. To really create that smudgy look around the base of the eye, you want to go in with your eyeliner, and it could be a brown, or it could even be like our Lush black, and take it, put it on 2 or 3 times and smudge it, and just smudge it out. So you create that base right around the lash line area to bring that depth into, and then the color just kind of graduates out from there. So again, thinking about layering some mauve and some brown colors together, and then you can go in with this look and you can finish with an eye gloss. Now, what we're using for an eye gloss this season on the eyes is our Glisten Up, because that always stays moist onto the eye area. And then you can see that the lip is a medium, softer lip with this type of look. So your colors that we're looking at to create this look go into like champagne, which is a light pink, truffle up there, which is a beautiful color. Truffle is a taupe with a golden pink hue. So it does give you that little golden color into it. Then you've got your brandied wine, which is that darker bronzy plum. And then mystical is a light silvery gray, almost looking very taupey in nature. So you can see it's a combination of pink tones and some brown tones together at the same time. Of course, adding luminescence onto the face with our dewdrops in the quartz. And then nice tan. Nice tan is a really pretty, even though it's a bronzer, it's a cool kind of a pinkish base bronzer that I find works beautifully as a blush on the skin. And then keeping the lips softer would be like the Hush lipstick, or the Hugs and Kisses, which is a mauve, really soft, peachy tone onto the lips. So that's your drama eye. Now, next is our earthware. And this is a look that warms up the season. You really saw shadows being put on a lot softer this season than we have in the past when we come into fall. I'm not saying you don't see some dark ones out there, but we are seeing a little more softness, a little more lightness of color, like you see in this application right here. When you are working with your terracotta colors, it's going to be monochromatic. That means the eyes, the cheeks, and the lips are going to be in the same coloration. And then when you look at the liner on this, you can see they've kept the liner underneath the eye and diffused that liner underneath the eye. Now, lashes are as big as ever. So a lot of lash area, a lot of mascara on those lashes to bring them up and out. And so when you look at this face, it has a warm, it has a bright coloration because of the life of the colors that are in it. So it creates a really pretty golden glow onto the skin. Now, colors that are beautiful for this. First of all, Envy, which is that medium, beautiful brown. We released it in the fall, in the in the spring, I should say, and gaze, which is a white and peach. Those two colors, I mean, I fell in love with and am still loving those. Combine that with a little bit of your chocolate velvet if you want to get that little bit of depth, and that can be beautiful underneath the eye. And when you want to add just a little more kick of life, your exotic sun on the right, which is kind of a brighter orange tone with some flecks into it, or a great way, especially when you're dealing on somebody who has darker skin. You need a little more vibrancy in your color for it to show up. Then go over to your cheeks. You can see adobe. Adobe is a matte, kind of a pinky peachy brown. And then you've got your sienna, and your sienna is more peach brown in coloration with a little bit of gold flecking into it. Of course, again, we're going into that luminescence on the skin, and we've got our dewdrops in Moonstone, which is a soft gold. And then you can also see the nail enamels that go along with this are called My Old Flame, which is a brick red, and All That Glitters Is Not Gold, which is a gold metallic. So this creates a beautiful, warm look for the client. Now, the other look that I talked about that is extremely important still are your pinks and those colors like that. So we are still blooming in color this season. So shades of burgundies, rose golds, you know, some blackberries mixed in with these plums just create that colorful eye that you're seeing right here. Again, lightening on the inner corner of the eye, very important. And when we are going in to these colors with light, just like our carrot cotta, our rose, and it's going to be like our purple direction that you're going to see next. Also, it's all about a monochromatic look, meaning the eyes, the cheeks, and the lips are all going into the same coloration. Now, again, colors that are going to work really pretty for that are going to be your rose gold, which is kind of a coppery rose shimmer. And then you've got your Chablis, which is that light pink tone that you can go in and can open the inner corner of the eye with. Your glistening garnet over to the right has a little more life and color. And then I would go in with my private showing, which is that matte blackberry, just right against the base on the very outside corner and by the base of the lash, just to create a little bit of intensity. Now, your blush has a little bit more life here and kept on the cool side. Spellbound is a matte, and it's a pinky brown, just has a little bit more life to it. And then your Marvelous is more of a dusty mauve tone, so a little bit more muted in color when you look at it. Rose gold dewdrops, again, to pink that pinkish hue onto the skin. And you can see we've taken the Midas Touch, taupey gold, metallic line, nail enamel to go along with that. So again, those are your colors that are going to create that beautiful romantic rose look. That's followed with sugar plum. Man, that's putting your lilac and your plum colors together. Again, monochromatic. So again, when you're working with your lilacs and plums, your pinks and your terracottas, they're all going to be a monochromatic story. So you can see this combination of soft lilacs, some amethyst, some deep plums being combined. Now, when you look at this picture right here, you can see it's very frosty, very luminescent, right up to the frontal part of the eye. When you are working with a client that carries that fullness, that puffiness through that part of the eye, just make sure you don't apply shadow like that on them, because that is only going to make that puffiness appear more extreme on them. So think about softening that down with a mid-tone color that doesn't have a high luminescence to it. Okay, when you're looking at the blush is going to stay in the same tones, and the lips being carried along with that. Now, again, this is going to be a look that can be either stronger with those lips, or you can keep it more muted with the lips. You also have been seeing most of these looks with the blush, keeping a little bit more of a structured look and that lightening within the skin. So the great colors that go along with this look our ingenue, which is a pale pink shimmer. And then you've got your fairy dust all the way over to the right, which is a pale lavender with some gold specks into it. I love that wisteria because it's a medium purple with some shimmer and it adds a bright life into the color. And then you've got your a little magic, that deep plum that you can take right there on the very outside of the eye and use it for a shader to create a little more drama right around the base of the lash line on the outside of the eye. Then we're going to go down onto the cheek area, and you can see antique rose, and that's a muted matte rosy plum. Or you've got barely plum, which is a mauve plum that has just a little more shimmer, just a little more life. Now, for highlighter on this one, we pulled out our cream highlighter luminizer with this, and it's an icy pearl color with just kind of a soft pink shimmer into it. And we tied Fearless nail enamel with it, along with Savory Ball lipstick that's a plum shimmer, and Fireworks, which is a medium pinky brown to go along with that. Now, I personally made the color opposite attracts because I wanted something with a little bit more pink to it, and I just went in and cut down some of my mahogany into that color. So again, this is for your sugar plum look. Now, again, we are coming out with a more natural collection, all natural and organic ingredients. And we have really followed along with that. We've got the natural liquid foundation, natural lipstick. Now we have the new natural lip gloss. We have the new natural concealer. Of course, your minerals are all natural that are pressed and loose with your eyeshadows and your blushers, your luminizers, your finishing powders, and our all natural sunscreen and beauty oil. So this product line is right in touch with everything that our clients are out there looking for right now. Now, to introduce to you this natural collection of lip glosses that we've just come out with, they are a combination of natural and organic ingredients. And it's a very smooth, creamy, non-sticky lip gloss. It's kind of a semi-sheer color. It has a nice sheen to it, but it's a very soft finish. Almost feels like a lip balm on the lips when you put it on. It has your natural plant waxes in there of your carnauba and your candelia wax within it. Plus, you've got your organic castor seed oil and shea butter, and those are great because they soothe and they nourish the skin. Then you've got your organic evening primrose in there, which is rich in omega-6 fatty acids and antioxidants, and that gives you great protection on the lips. So it has healing, calming, and qualities to it, and it reduces inflammation around the lip area at the same time. Also in there is your white lily that's fortified, protects, and moisturizes and regenerates the skin. And then lastly, your vitamin E, which is a non-GMO. We use sunflowers that are rich in antioxidants with that. So this is a beautiful new lip gloss, natural lip gloss for you that's going to go along with where a lot of your clients are today, and a beautiful addition into your collections. Also, we've come out with a natural new concealer. Now, I got to tell you, I love this new product. It has a really creamy consistency to it. Plus, it has great coverage with it at the same time. Now, what I love about it, it's an all natural zinc base that you're seeing in this. Okay, so it's got jojoba oil in it, and it's got some honeysuckle extract in it. And we made 8 of the most popular colors out there with it. Now, I find that you don't need very much of this product. You will find it to be creamier. I mean, first of all, I love all of our concealers. Each one of them is great and has its own qualities to it. This has a great story because it is your natural concealer story with that, and I love the fact that it is your natural zinc base. You don't need very much of this when you work with it. A small amount goes a long way, and I find that it does not crease into underneath the eye or various things like that. It stays and wears very well on the eye area in working with it. From here, One of our other new products we have is we have a very high beam pressed luminizer for the skin. And again, as we've talked about, glow on the skin is not going anywhere. It's just as important as ever. So this is another way to create that beautiful luminized look on the skin. And you can take these, you can just dust them all over the face, you can put them on the eyes, you can take it and you can highlight the bow of the lip right through that area, like an M formation with it, you know, depending on what you're wearing, because we're still wearing a lot of things that are showing the décolleté. So you can take it and put it on the collarbone area. If you're wearing something sleeveless, you know, even though it's winter, when you go out, or going into winter, I should say, you know, you'll take a jacket off and you'll be sitting there. So just having that little bit of luminescence on the cap of the shoulder is really pretty. So these are very silky smooth and they just float onto the skin. I think you're really going to like this. Next, we want to talk about our brow and lash growth serum. We came out with this a little bit ago, and we have had just rave reviews on this product. It's a really powerful growth serum. As you can see right there, it has a high percentage of capricci. It's 5%, which is derived from red clover extract. It also got your acid tripeptide tetrapeptide 3, which is a biometric peptide. It strengthens, lengthens, thickens, and stimulates natural hair growth and density while it prevents hair loss at the same time. So the studies that you're going to see below were done on a 2.5%. And if you think we've got 5%, ours is much stronger and much higher. So through this clinical studies, after being used 2 times a day for 28 days, we find that hair density improved by 79%. Fuller, bolder lashes. There were 3 times faster normal hair growth rate and 46% new lash growth. So this is great. I mean, especially for the client maturing in age, we're all wanting to know what happened to those hairs on the end of our brows, right? So this would be a great product for you to start with any of your clients. And the other thing you see right there, that when using this product, there was 52% reduction in hair loss. So this is a really exciting product, you know, that's coming out to you, and I'm just so thrilled to be able to introduce it to you. And it's something right up the alley. You can see all of our clients that are out there. Now, people have wondered, why do we have a brush on it instead of like a brow brush instead of a liner brush? And that's because of being a gel base, it goes on and into the lash area. It's not a liquid base, and the brow area a little bit better that way. Next, for all of you clients out there that are vegan, or you have clients that are vegan and have been looking for a synthetic brush kit that they can work with that has wonderful soft hair brushes in it, we have come out with this beautiful 10-piece brush set for you. And it's put in a really nice Chanel type quilted black satin bag. So you can see there's a variety of cuts and sizes, all synthetic in nature. So it really is going to work well, again, for that client who is looking for a non-natural hair brush. And these have a black handle to go along with it at the same time. Now, there's a couple other products that I did want to point out to you because I think we came out with them last season, but they're still extremely popular. And we have had, for the clients that have gotten into this, we've had incredible feedback and they just love it. So I wanted to bring these out again. First of all, a beauty oil. Last season, we came out with this incredible beauty oil that is designed for drier skin. It's got 15 different oils and extracts in here that will help to soften the texture of the skin. You know, it's going to soften fine lining. It's going to help improve the natural moisture factor onto the surface of the skin. The dry skin can not reproduce quite as rapidly with it. And you can see it has lupin seed extract in it. That is an oil that is synthesizes the collagen. So this is a great anti-aging and firming ingredient within it. And through clinical studies, after 42 days, they have found a 92% increase in the contour of the skin. And they have found more of a reduction in the sagging and the facial contours of the face at the same time. So this is a wonderful product that can be added in to your client's skincare regime. So how can they use this? One, they can cleanse their skin, put their moisturizer, or before they put their moisturizer on, after their serum, they can add anywhere from 3 to 4 drops of this onto their face and then put their moisturizer on after that. They could take and they could add some drops into their moisturizer if they want to. Or if they want to maybe sheer their base a little bit and create a dewy look with their foundation, they could add a couple of drops into their foundation, 1 or 2 drops when they're getting ready to apply that. So this is also going to be good for any dry patches and dry areas on the body. People who have eczema or psoriasis, this is going to be great for them. This is a wonderful product. I am in love with it. You might be able to tell that. And I do recommend it highly to for your clients out there. The other product that we came out with last season, and especially now that all of the talk has come out about ingredients, sunscreen ingredients, that a lot of these states around coastal areas now are not allowing. You know, this is a 28 SPF natural sunscreen with zinc, turmeric, shea butter, vitamin C, and the E in it. So this has a 20% zinc oxide in it. You know, so it's just up the alley of what we're talking about and what we are looking at for our sunscreens that we're going to be putting on the face. And also, if they're going to go to the beach area, this would be one that they could actually wear there. So this is a wonderful sunscreen. Again, our clients have been loving this, so it's something that you might want to check out at the same time. So this is all of our new products for the season. I hope that you like it. Now, let me move this out of the way. And voila, here I am. I see that we had a question. Let me see what that is. Are we putting this in liquid or powder? So I'm not sure what your question is from. If it is from the beauty oil, no, you're not putting it in powder unless you're making a liquid foundation out of your powder. And can you put it in your liquid foundation? Absolutely, you can put it in your liquid foundation. But the other thing is that it can be, you know, just put on the screen by itself. Now, if you're asking me about the SPF, the Au Naturel sunscreen, no, that does not go into the custom blend liquid foundation. Okay, so what I wanted to do, I want to show you a couple of different looks. They're going to be on each side of my face, so I'm going to make them a little bit different. And what I want to do is I want to do a terracotta look, and I also want to do a look, so I'm going to split my face in half when we do that. And I also then want to do a romancing ready look on the other side. Now, first of all, what I did was I took and I colored my nails in the different colors. And you know how this all started out was I was trying to decide yesterday what color polish I wanted to wear. So I started by, I thought, let me test each one and see which one I like. And that's how this hand started. And then I thought, I don't know, that's kind of cool. This is kind of a great way to show you what the colors look like that I was talking about. I don't know how to get my thumbs turned around this way for you. Okay, so that's why each one of my nails is a little bit of a different color. I love our nail enamels. They wear well, they don't chip, you know, they're healthy for the nail area. So if you haven't tried our nail enamel, you want to get into that. Now, looking at and talking about when you're getting ready to launch a new season, you should start out. I'm sorry, I'm sinking down here. You should start out with a promotion to introduce it to your clients. And we have got these beautiful kits. I've got this upside down right now, but I think you can just see it a little bit better this way. And right here is where a brush applicator and a double-edged sponge fits in for them. So this could be a great way to introduce the season to the client. And then you could go in and maybe with this one, tie it with a lip gloss. You've got your eyeshadows, you've got your blush colors. And if you want, you could even go in here, instead of putting 2 blush colors, pick one of the blush colors that we've talked about, and then get one of the translucent powders and put it in the other one, or put a bronzer in there. You know, just think about what you might want to put in the extra one like this. Now, when we were looking, again, at the terracotta look, it was really done in a very soft way. So let me get this up here. Oh, I see I have another question. Just a second. Is there information available on the beauty oil regarding possible interactions with medication that a client may need to avoid? Possible allergies. I really don't find that, because it's very mild. There's nothing in that's going to create irritation to the skin, so I really don't find that a client would have a problem with that product. Okay, somebody else asked me, when the sunscreen, do you use it and when? Well, the sunscreen, the Au Naturel, I use it whenever a daytime makeup, or yeah, primarily a daytime makeup. That's when I'm working with that product. Okay, so with this type of look, we don't want to go in. I'm not going to go in and create a lot of stain. Maybe standing up will work better. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my larger brush all over, and I'm going to take the envy color right up here. And I'm going to go in using this large brush, just brushing it into the crease of the eye a bit. And also down right across the lid. So keeping it pretty soft in that manner. Also, by using a large brush, it diffuses the color out more. So when I want a softer look with the eyeshadow, I'm going to select my brush according to the length of the hair that is in it. Now, I want to go in and create, we're still doing that little highlight right on the inner corner of the eye. So I'm just moving in with a smaller brush. And I'm using my grays right in through that area, just to create that lightened inner corner. Now, I want to go in and I want to add more color right in through the socket part of my eye. So here, I'm going to go in with the exotic sun, because I want life to this. Because remember, that's what we're seeing right now. And just keeping the eye open with the color. From there, I'm going to move in to my chocolate velvet. Now, chocolate velvet is going to go in with that brush, and it's going to diffuse right underneath the eye. Now, if you want with this, you can also take and just pull a little bit of color. Right here, I want you to think the very outer third of the eye, okay? So it's not going to go all the way across. Then, so we're keeping this eye a little bit soft. Then I would go in, I would add more mascara. If you do want to draw a little bit more attention into the eye, then what you could do is you could go in and you could keep a tight liner right across the base of the lash line. From there, let's go in to our blush, And I'm going to work with the sienna. Okay, it's just a little warmer in color. Now, when you are applying the blush, again, I want you to start right at the base of the cheekbone and just graduate it up over the top. Then depending, and see how you create a little bit of contour into it. Now, personally, I like to do a little blush right across the top of the hairline also. Okay, you could do a C formation if that's what you want to do. Then let's go in, let's finish this off with putting a little bit of our luminizer on the top of the cheekbone area. So you don't need very much of this product. I personally like to use my fingers when I'm putting it on. I find it goes on a little easier and a little more evenly. You can also put a little bit down on the front of the chin, put a little bit right here on the nose. You can even take and put a little bit right above the brow area and highlight that out. Then, as you can see, it's soft and it's easy. We've been doing dark dramatic eyes for a long time. And that one, you're still going to have some clients out there that want that really dark dramatic eye. Okay? So you've got your smoky eye that you can go with that. This is going to be a little bit of a softer look, but it's a really pretty look and it has a nice coloration to it. Now, for the lip gloss on this, and I love this because it has great color to it. And as you've seen in your magazines, it's either a pretty glossy lip with color, or it's a really light gloss, okay, or it's a matte lip. So we have a lot of versatility with it when working that way. Now with the other look, I'm going to do, it's going to be the romantic rose type of look. So I'm going to start this look in my eyes area, and I'm going to start with the rose gold, okay? So I'm going to take the rose gold and I'm going to start it right here at the very inner corner of the eye, and I'm going to keep it really close to the lash line. And I'm going to take it right off center, outside part of the eye. So you notice it's not going all the way up. And I'm also going to take and put a little bit of that rose gold right under the eye area here. From there, the next color I'm going to pick up is glistening garnet. Okay? Glistening garnet is going to go right above that color. Okay, and you can see the life that it creates. And if you notice, the shadows are being brought up just a little bit higher right now. So let me go in, create a little bit more life right through here. And then I'm going to pull this down. See, I have a little mascara. Next, I'm going to go into the private showing, and the private showing is my darker color. And that is going to go right against the lid here. And it's also going to diffuse underneath the eye. So you can see we're not looking for a real skinny little line underneath the eye. It's a diffuse, widened line. I'm going to go back now with some more of my Glisten Up. Bring that in, blend it in together. So you see I am creating more color onto the eye with this look. Then my next step is I'm going to pick up the Lush lining pencil in black. Now, when I put a pencil on a client, I start from the outside in, and then when I get to about the center of the iris, I flip over. Okay, now I want that color, rose gold, to still show up there. And I'm just going to blend this down because I just want it to be more smudged in. All right. From there, I'm going to go in, and this is one of the colors that I made that was in and this is a rosy red. So it's a pinky red. And when you are working with a client, and when you're dealing with a more mature client, be careful about using those really dark, deep colors on them. They can have a tendency to really bring their face down and wear it down. Just think about the, to keep with the trend, but just add a little bit of life into the color. It's going to wear and look better and nicer on them. Now, again, let's go in with our blush, and I'm going to use Spellbound, which has just a little bit more color. Again, we're going to start right here at the base of the cheekbone. Graduate that color up. I'm going to take some, oh, I can see I got a little color. Let me blend these out. I do like to put color around the forehead area. And the reason being is it doesn't look like there's just blush and face and all the colors going from here on down on your face. So it just brings a little bit more color in. Now, this side, I'm going to pull in a little bit farther. I'm going to create a little bit more of a flush look, and we're still seeing that look right now. From there, I want to go into one of our new luminizers for the skin, and I'm going to just pop that right across the top of my face. And it's very soft, very delicate. So you can see two different looks, one having a little more depth to it than the other. Again, you can take any look that you want and you can darken that look up just by going in and adding more depth of liner around the eyes, okay? So we're all about liner, and when you're thinking about liner, we're still doing that winged up look with our liner. So, and I really like our cake eyeliner and our Stuck on You in when I'm doing that, because I can create a nice crisp line with it at that point. So this is our holidays, not our holiday season, this is our fall season, which of course takes us into the holiday direction with it. Do you have any questions? Oh, I see there are a couple of questions here. Just a second. Okay, is the oil intended to do what oils do in terms of how the skin looks? I think what you will find, most of the oils are really looking on doing the same thing, because of the different ingredients that are in that beauty oil. It has a variety of benefits to it. And the biggest thing, it really works on helping to repair that moisture balance that the body does not produce quite as rapidly with it. I recommend, if you haven't tried it, get one, work with it a little bit, try it on some of your clients. I think you will really love that product. Do I have any other questions today about the new fall season and what we're seeing for this season? Please take the time to put the story together. You don't have to go with every story that we've introduced here, but pick one, pick two that you can go in, you can create a pretty palette to go along with it. You've got a lipstick, you've got your highlighter to go with it, and introduce it to the client in that way. When you do put it together, you can create a special pricing with that also, that they'll be saving a little bit of money, when they purchase the grouping of it. So, they do say, and you'll see this on QVC all the time, things sell better in groupings of 3. So this could be a great group to put together with your dewdrops and then with your lipstick or your gloss. And you've got a great season to teach them something new. So I hope you enjoyed the program today. I wish you happy fall. And wouldn't you believe it, today is the first day of autumn. So have a wonderful rest of the year. This is a really busy time for us. We've got a lot going on. And we're getting ready for Christmas at the same time. So we have got some great Christmas ideas for you. So stay in touch and stay in tune, and we're here to work with you and help you in any way we can. Happy fall. Goodbye. Oh, let me see. Okay. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I see there's another question. Talk about the beauty oil and custom blend foundation. How much do you use? How much do you charge? What does it do to the foundation? Okay, so the question about beauty oil, how much do you use in a foundation? I would say 1 ml, okay? You could probably use 2 if you wanted to. What it does, it is going to shear the foundation a little bit, but it's going to keep the foundation with the dewy effect to it. So it's going to look moist on the skin, which when you are dealing with that client that has dry skin or that more mature woman, when they have a dewy look on the skin, their skin looks softer, okay? And so I came from having really oily skin all of my life, and then all of a sudden my skin dried out, and I couldn't believe the difference. Now I can't put enough products on my face to make it look like I still have some oily skin at this point. But it definitely is going to make it look softer. And how much do you want to charge for it? That's probably up to you, maybe $3 if you're going to add some into their formulation. Do I have any other questions? Nope. Well, thank you and have a wonderful day today. Bye-bye.